Morning, guys. Welcome back to the shop today. Look, race car. So we finally got our Buick Regal back in the shop. It's been too long. I wanted to work on this thing a lot during the winter. It did not happen, did not work out. We were too busy working on our CNC plasma, which is all tucked away back there. I have all the stuff that was from my Bronco that I was storing in my race trailer back in the truck because, you know, who wants to work on that when I also wanted to work on that this winter? But life, man, what are you gonna do? But because of all this, I had to basically uproot my shop and make room for this guy. And so it's an absolute mess. I've kind of let the shop get away from me, draining some oil, and I really need to tidy this place up, but I'll get to that. We got a Regal back, so I'm excited. We got some plans for this thing. One of the main switches I'm going to do is I have a tighter converter, lower stall, but a tighter converter that I want to try. We changed gears last year. Didn't really get as much change in the times I was hoping. I'm still running out of gear a little bit towards the end of a quarter mile. So I'd like to change that up and see if that helps me out a little bit. And at least if anything, that'll tell me which direction I need to go for a new converter. We have a nitrous controller, which I'm borrowing from a friend. Probably buy it if it works out for me. So we're going to get that wired in. I don't know if we'll do that in this video, but that's one of the projects. I want to go to manual brakes, take the master cylinder off or the booster off and put manual brakes on this thing. I got a master cylinder for that. And I'm actually going to be thinking about doing removable doors. I've had that idea for a long time, and I watched a video, what's the guy's name? The Fab Forms, I think it is. He did that to one of his projects, and it's exactly what I was thinking about, and it was kind of cool to see somebody who kind of had the similar idea, and he actually put it into practice, and it worked out really well, so I'm excited to give that a try. And the reason I want to do that, normally guys wouldn't do that with steel doors, but I don't know if you can see me. I'm not a small chap, and I can't get in and out of this race car in my trailer. That's an issue, and it looks bad, you know. Can't even load this thing myself, really. So, those are some of the top priority plans. There's probably more that we'll do. She definitely needs a bath, but we'll get to that when it actually warms up, when spring actually comes. So yeah, I'm going to start by cleaning up this mess of a shop and get this thing on jack stands. And I might start dropping the transmission today. So let's see how far we can get. So I got her up on jack stands and cleaned the bench up at least, and everything I didn't want you to see, I just threw it all back there where you can't really see it. It'll pop up eventually, but I actually call that back wall my wall of shame, because if you go behind the truck, there's a big row of motors I don't need, transmissions that I bought for no reason, whole bunch of junk. Another thing I forgot to mention is what I want to do is I've kind of already started this last year. I have 2 holes here, and those are for battery posts. Getting tired of taking the trunk off. My battery is located back here. So I'm going to wire that up so then I can clamp on my booster cables there and stuff like that, and I don't have to take the trunk lid off as much. I've actually been considering making my own fiberglass trunk lid too, because this would be a very easy panel to just do an overlay. Not necessarily need to do a mold or anything like that, but we'll see how far we get. Pop the hood on this bad boy. Man, I miss this thing. For those of you who don't know, this is Board and Stroke 455 Olds. It is 488 cubes right now. Can go higher, but it's a pretty safe cubic inch. I'm actually one of the only Oldsmobiles I see at the track, ever. And when I do see other Oldsmobile-powered cars, they're just stock Cutlasses and stuff like that, guys who just out there to have a good time, which I 100% respect. But there's not many, or at least I don't see any, like performance Oldsmobile powered cars out there. I mean, this is a Buick, This is a Buick Regal G-body, but I have an Olds power plant in it. And would love to see some more Oldsmobiles at the track. To be honest, I just need more friends. So if you're an Oldsmobile guy, see me at the track, come and chat. Love to talk, no matter what stage you're in. I mean, whether you're running bone stock stuff or looking to do performance stuff, I mean, I can talk about that for days. So, but yeah, 488. We moved the fuel cell a couple years ago up front. Yeah, nothing really fancy about the car. All my regulators and stuff. But I want to get rid of that guy, the booster. I am running a short valve cover, a factory height valve cover. These are just chrome Edelbrock ones, but they are factory spec. I can't run a taller one until I get that booster out of there. At least I wouldn't be able to get the tall one off. So that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do that. And the reason I want the taller one is because I have crane roller rockers in there right now. And I had to take the oil baffles out to clear them. Now, those baffles are there for a reason. So when I cold start this thing, I just puke all sorts of oil out the exhaust. And it gives tech an excuse to look at me for an oil leak, and I don't want that. So I want to go to a taller valve cover so I can run a baffle. However, the short valve covers have saved my butt in the past because it has kept the rocker arm from coming off the post, causing all sorts of damage. Because I did have one or two of those come loose on me earlier on, but I haven't had an issue since, so I think I'm going to go for it. But let's get to pulling that transmission. Let's start there. Let's get the converter in. Let's do the things that we need to do to get this thing race ready. And I have a few ideas of what I'm going to do to simplify it for the next time I have to take out this transmission. Okay, so I got that converter out. It was tough with one man, but I got it out. Here it is. This was the one that was in there. This is the one that I'm putting back in. This was a 3000 stall, or at least that's what it flashed to in my car. This one I was able to get 3500 out of. Launched 500 RPM is actually quite a difference when you're launching a car. So I like that, but I know this one is tighter. So I'm going to put this one in. However, I might wait that out a little bit till I can get some help. Pulling a transmission in the way that I'm doing it, how do I say, not very safe on my own, not very easy on my own. So I'm going to see if I can get some reinforcements here to help me put it back in yet. I might get this slid in. I have the transmission just pulled out far enough that I can get this put in. And then to put it back up, I'm going to need some help. So if you're like me and you need the help, call the 1-800 number below. Get help. So I'll show you where the transmission's at. I'll see if you can see it from under here. But so I just kind of have it half hanging out. Look at those sweet turn downs, eh? Made those in 10 minutes. But this transmission, this is a Turbo 400. This is an Oldsmobile Turbo 400. The only difference is the bolt pattern on the bell housing. It's a long tail. This was pulled out of a Delta 88 to 72, I believe. I got that with the first motor I ever bought. This is the first and only Turbo 400 I have ever owned. I got stock drums in it. I got stock bushings, like those there's brass bearings bushings in there. I actually never even replaced them. Never had to. They were in such good shape, and every time I've had this thing apart, they've looked fine. So if people say that you need really fancy and expensive parts, not always. I mean, if I had the money, I probably would have built it a little stronger, but I don't. So, yeah, that's all factory internals. Only thing that I've done to it is I've updated the clutches. I've replaced the clutches probably 2 or 3 times by now. Because this motor made 600 foot-pounds of torque on the dyno at the flywheel. And transmission's been holding just fine. Input shafts, output shafts, all stock. All factory equipment. Only thing I've done is put a trans brake on it. I did a they call it dual feed mod to the transmission. It just helps oil certain parts of the transmission. And yeah, clutches. Other than that, bone stock stuff. Still holding together, so I can't really complain. So I think the next thing I'm going to tackle, either the doors or this master cylinder. I'd like to get that done, but there's a lot of lines and stuff that I might have to redo, and I don't know if I'm ready to do that. So I might take a look at the doors. No, we'll do the brakes. Let's get that off and see how far we can get on that. So one thing what I was talking about is I wasn't very clear on is when I cold start this thing, or if I've had it running for a while, I shoot oil out of the exhaust. The reason I shoot oil out of the exhaust is because of these guys right here. I have these lines going to my header. They create a vacuum. They pull crankcase pressure out. And because there's no baffle behind this, that is why oil gets into my exhaust. Figured I'd just clear that up before somebody said something in the comments. But let's get back to it. Guys, sorry for the change of plans. Field trip. We're heading to my buddy Jamie's. He's getting his working on his diff and his S10. It's an 8.8 rear end. They got her in the 8s last year, I do believe. Thing was moving. So what he's doing is he's cutting the ends off, putting big Ford bearings in, and little other goodies. So we're gonna go see if we can help him cut those things down and get him moving, because racing's coming soon and I need guys to race with. So we're gonna head over to his place and see if we can help him out. Had to get the coffee. I had to make a decaf, because if I have coffee this late in the day, I don't sleep for about a day and a half. So got me some Tim Hortons. You find me one Canadian who doesn't like Tim Hortons and I will show you a liar. But on our way to Jamie's, let's see if we can help him out. Okay, so we're back from my buddy's shop. Just finished up helping him with his diff, putting the ends on his 8.8. Worked out pretty well. It should be just fine. We had another buddy of our final weld it for us right away, so that was pretty cool. So he's going to get some axles, and then we'll see how that project progresses with him. We'll keep tabs on that. He also gave me this pipe. This is the charge pipe from the S10. And he's got a little bit of rubbage. Where is it here? Right there. We were hoping for some self-clearancing, but I guess the piece that it's rubbing up against is winning. So we're gonna see if we can just fill that in before it becomes a hole. I'm gonna do that for him. I got some new welding gloves I want to try out, so I'm gonna get that done, and then yeah, we'll see where we go from there. So guys, I think I'm gonna call it right there. Sorry for this such a random video. Feels kind of dumb. I haven't really accomplished anything, but guy hasn't put out a video in a while, and I just need to get one out there. But so thanks for sticking with this. If you made it to the end, awesome. I appreciate it. I'm up over 100 subscribers now, guys. That's awesome. Super pumped. Apparently, if I don't make videos, more people subscribe. Don't know how that works, but I'm hoping to put some more YouTube out here, and more videos for YouTube out. But just time hasn't allowed it just yet. So I'm going to cut this video here because it's getting long and boring, and it's, like I said, it's all over the map, but I'm sorry. But when we come back, we'll finish our manual brakes. I need to build a plate to mount the master cylinder and also to guide our plunger shaft, the thing that goes into the manual brakes to make it brake. So I got to make all that, but I'll keep you guys informed as we go. But anyways, I do appreciate you guys watching. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the like button. And if you did see something you didn't like, mind you, this video probably no one's gonna like, you can hit the thumbs down, but let me know why you did. I know it's spotty and we did a bunch of the random little things, but that's stuff that's all gotta get done. So anyways, we'll see you on the next one, guys.